Hello there. We're official arrived in mid-game. From here, things start to get a bit more exciting. As Takkar progressed forward to Ascension, more and more options to speed up the experience game process were available. That's important for long-range reconnaissance, given Dino in far distances will not shy away from high levels either. My crib so far. Auto-producing dinos are kept on the first floor, close to my storage space. Second floor is kept for producing industry and display, and the third floor, which is where we are now, will be a caged aerodrome for most of my smaller flyers. Now let's put that Pelagornis to use and finally catch some decent amounts of fish. Using the Pelagornis kind of like a dive bomber in a classical Falcon mimic is a thing I really enjoy, has changed from the daily stress and dangers Takkar encounters on the island. Both of us had a close miss, but now you die. As always, time to find a safe place to land during rain. And having nothing better to do, Takkar decided to build a little aerodrome on Westerland. Crags Island is its actual lore name, I believe. Now you see, in its full beauty, why I chose the Castle Rock Peninsula as my major settlement. Easy to defend, with 75% of its borders secured by cliffs. There are better spots on the island, but this is my favorite. No reason to interfere and risk my life, or Dino, or both. Takkar cleared the area beforehand to get some decently high-level small dino eggs. I had to skip the nighttime explorer box unlocks. Nothing relevant happened, and you wouldn't see anything at all. But plenty of level-up points is what my Pelagornis got from it. Now, let's start building the stairs up to the top floor, where most of the aerial defenses will be placed later. Let's brief you through the Hunted 2.0 dino changes and additions, and how to utilize them. The Pegoma Stax is one of the most versatile early game shoulder pets, reducing up to 50% of inventory item weight. It will also auto-harvest bushes and small rocks from the floor. Hesperornis will auto-produce organic polymer and golden eggs, and it can catch fish for you. As a shoulder pet, it will also reduce item weight up to 50%. Ichthyornis has 50% weight reduction, can automatically catch fish more efficient than the Hesper, and you can use it to glide as if you were using a parachute or an Archaeopteryx. The Archaeopteryx will auto-produce feathers, much better than the Dodo, and you can use it to glide. Plus, it is a superb close support small battle dino. The Compsognathus and Dimorphodon do not have any new specialties, but their stats in the Hunted 2.0 have been tweaked to make them a superior close air support and shoulder boxer dino. In that regard, both can do a better job than most of the other shoulder pets in that regard. The Dilophosaurus will auto-produce venom and is a very good close support and guard dog dino. You can also use them as stationary turret and defense due to their ranged spit attack. The Microraptor will auto-produce feathers and does that more efficient than any other shoulder pet. It is also super efficient close support or shoulder boxer dino. Now that we finally have access to our first capable carnivore ride, it's time to make plans for expansion. A Raptor is indeed a major improvement over past dinos Takkar had tamed. One should not underestimate Packerinos. In the Hunted 2.0, wild variants are much more dangerous due to their increased speed, damage output, better and more aggressive pack AI, and increased health. The tamed Packerino has an additional attack you can use to charge at enemies, like the Patchy does. You can switch between using charge attack and calm pheromone, using the jump key. This structure is part of the mod named Capitalism, which is normally used for multiplayer, but it still holds valid ground in single player because it has several NPC traders. Those traders aren't only needed in late game, with all the local resources consumed, but they're also nice to decorate your dormitory. Now that we've finished improving our home, let's get serious with this Raptor. He's thirsting for blood. For sure, not without decent experience gain enhancers. After a small excursion to the west, Takkar is patrolling the close-by area for targets of value with his new Raptor. It's still low level, so let's be careful and use smart tactics to work around higher-tier enemies. Explosive arrows in the Hunted 2.0 will not only cause serious damage, they will also stun the target briefly and cause significant damage to any form of structure. My kingdom, big but sparse. Takkar initially planned to go east, but since the night set in, he stayed around, waiting for Klausi to show up and hope for good drops. He wasn't disappointed. A new Ascended revolver was a very welcome present. next morning, Takkar finally moved east. Speed is the key with a still low-level Raptor. No reason to engage in unwary ground. Just slip through swiftly. Time to build some bridges for more easy passage in the future. The mod in action is named Wooden Hanging Bridge. It's simple, but quite useful, and those bridges look pretty awesome, since they would naturally blend into the environment. One of my favorite outlook spots. I would return here frequently for an intermission. Obviously, 2 solid packs of Stegosaurus are still way too hard to manage for my little Raptor. But speed is his trait, so maneuver around them we will. That direction was blocked by a pack of Allosaurus, so we had to get around again. But first, we had to make sure our back route was secure. I remember this area was full of Titanoboas and Arthropleuras, but Takkar had to unlock those boxes urgently.
I am absolute flabbergasted. Why in the world was Miss Warner? I can combine what scraps of knowledge she has on the obelisks with my own findings, and she'll be none the wiser. Why? After history. As part of our agreement, I will need to travel with Mr. Wait to study the obelisks until the new legion has taken care of some smaller matters.
See, that damn Arthro came out of nowhere. If it wasn't for the speed of my Raptor, my armor and potentially my life was gone. Especially because I did not know what else was around.
Among the few carnivores on the island that can match tyrannosaurs in size. Although its movement speed is slower than you wish to have a well-rounded...
Run, unlock, level up, rinse, repeat.
Quite possibly, if Truden's cleverness is not formidable, then its tactics and biology will. It specifically pack hunts at night when we are most vulnerable. Found mostly in dust quickly. Legend has it that the container can be tamed with a special cake made from bugs can then be collected at the Ark's convenience. The first must...
Now, with a finally decent leveled Raptor, it was time to engage. Pacherino are too tough initially, but divide the pack and outrun them, then they are no match, even for a small Raptor. The only job left to do now was returning my ride to my home. But that's easier said than done. I keep my mouth shut for a while, so you enjoy the adrenaline. Ready for a supersonic ride? Let's go.
Since the light, once their slow owners is run down, one tribe
Unfortunately, there was still one danger ahead. Humans. They have bolas, and with serious armor, they will often stun and eat you for breakfast. So again, speed was the key. Back home to safety, Takkar. Well done. That was fun. See you around.